什么时候能解决呀？你说就这样好几年不工作，你们月不会发工资了。啊！
Audi 4S dealership in Tianjin has gone out of business. There are crowds of people trying to defend their rights. It's not just Audi. Two Buick 4S dealerships in Tianjin have also quietly shut down. Overnight, hundreds of car owners were abandoned. This year, it seems like Chinese 4S dealerships are collapsing like dominoes. Once one falls, many follow. Here's a case in Panjin City, Liaoning Province. An FAW Toyota 4S dealership shut down, leaving customers cheated again.
Can you believe it? Even I didn't expect this. In Wuxi, Jiangsu Province, the flagship Jaguar and Land Rover dealership has closed too. Now, if I need a simple car service, I'll have to go all the way to Yangzhou. It's almost as if they're trying to force me to visit Yangzhou for tourism. After working at this dealership for 13 years, I just got the notice today that it's bankrupt. Tomorrow, I won't need to come to work anymore, so I guess it's time to say goodbye. Back in 2011, I was a young, confident guy. Now I've become a tired, middle-aged man. I've seen this 4S dealership grow, expand its services, and even renovate its showrooms. And now I have to leave. It's sad, but all I can say is goodbye, everyone. Hopefully, we'll meet again someday. Another 4S dealership has taken down its sign and closed for good. Citroën, with over 100 years of history, has also fallen.
The situation is dire for the Chinese auto market. Entire chains of 4S dealerships are shutting down and disappearing. In smaller cities, weak local economies and low car sales make it understandable why dealerships face such heavy losses. But even in major cities in Tianjin, some dealerships have cleared out their showrooms overnight without leaving a single piece of paper behind. Now, all that's left are groups of stunned and frustrated customers fighting for their rights. No wonder people online are saying, "Even if you have money, don't spend it. It's just traps everywhere." At first, the recent closure of Beijing's Xingdebao 5S dealership seemed like an isolated case. But now, the largest Audi 4S dealership has also gone under. The owner has reportedly fled, leaving over 1,000 car owners forming online groups to fight for their rights. Videos from the scene show an empty dealership with no display cars or staff. The showroom is deserted, and a few people left behind look utterly helpless. According to car owners seeking justice, there are no employees left at the dealership, and all display cars have been removed. To coordinate efforts, over 1,500 affected customers have joined online groups, and the number keeps growing. The main complaints are that people bought service packages they couldn't use, couldn't get refunds for, or paid deposits but never received their cars. One owner said he bought a 6-year unlimited maintenance package for 6,800 yuan, but only used it for 2 years. Another paid around 800,000 yuan for a car, but now can't get the vehicle. There's also a circulating notice from the dealership stamped with the company seal, explaining that they shut down due to a sudden withdrawal of loans from their longtime bank partner. The notice states that starting November 12th, they ceased operations and sales, but are working on solutions. They promise to update customers by December 12th. However, their online membership system is now inaccessible, and the dealership hasn't provided any updates on how prepaid balances or service packages will be handled. Their social media accounts have also stopped updating. Internally, rumors of bankruptcy had already spread last month. Many believe these closures are rooted in China's worsening economy, which some say is now on the brink of collapse. As China's economy continues to decline, experts warned late last year that many 4S dealerships might shut down in waves. Now, as Yonghao Auto's bankruptcy dominates headlines, it's also been revealed that Hongqi and Buick dealerships are also in trouble. A video circulating online shows the Yonghao Hongqi 4S dealership in Tianjin has shut down. Police cars and officers are stationed outside the entrance day and night to prevent car owners from protesting. The dealership reportedly issued a notice on November 12th, announcing it was ceasing operations that day and promising to provide a solution to customers by December 12th. However, local residents in the video claim the owner has already fled, leaving customers with no recourse. Some people online have pointed out that Hongqi represents the Communist Party. For a dealership to collapse is seen as an ominous sign for the party. In Yulin, Guangxi Province, a Buick 4S dealership has closed, and nearby dealerships for other brands are also on the verge of shutting down. In Jiangyin City, Jiangsu Province, another Buick 4S dealership has shut its doors. People have been saying that China's economy is struggling and no one is buying cars. With so many videos of 4S dealerships closing, this reality is becoming quite evident. According to a report on November 14th by Car Union China, a verified automotive content creator, some Buick owners noticed the Yonghao dealership closure and suddenly realized that 2 Buick 4S dealerships had also gone under. The dealerships in question are the Xinmao Buick 4S in Tianjin's Zhongbei town and the Konggang Huiyi 4S store in Tianjin. Customers who purchased double insurance packages from these dealerships found their warranties and maintenance agreements might be worthless. Car owners revealed that just at the Konggang Huiyi dealership alone, thousands of customers are affected by the inability to redeem their packages. As the situation escalated, Buick's headquarters responded. Some owners reported receiving calls from Buick, stating that they're working on a solution due to the large number of affected customers. Buick promised an initial resolution by the end of December. In the meantime, owners in urgent need of maintenance must pay out of pocket at other Buick dealerships. While joint venture car dealerships are shutting down, domestic brands are faring worse in the price wars. Another major Hongqi dealership in Tianjin has also gone bankrupt. It's shocking to see such a large dealership collapse.
A Rover dealership under SAIC has closed as well, leaving customers without the promised maintenance services. When they contacted the manufacturer, they were told the offers were from the dealership and were not responsible. The dealership has cut all ties, and no one can reach them. This proves that even domestic brands like Rover are unreliable. At the Guangxi Changqi 4S dealership in Shangyang, many people bought cars but never received the necessary certificates to register them. Now their cars are just piles of scrap metal. The dealership is completely deserted. Behind me is the delivery area with a celebratory gong. It's such an ironic scene. Some employees even tried to stop me from filming, and I didn't dare to confront them. Let me remind everyone, when buying a car from a 4S dealership, always ensure the necessary certificates are in hand before making the payment. Otherwise, your car might turn into useless scrap and you'll regret it. Last June, I visited the GWM 4S dealership while it was still under renovation. Less than a year later, it's completely empty. They seem to have money to burn, opening and closing a dealership in under a year.
In November, Beijing is already feeling the chill of an early winter, but for some car owners, it feels like the depths of winter. A Cadillac 4S dealership in Beijing has shut down. The first-floor showroom is now empty. When local reporters asked neighboring dealerships, they confirmed that it had been closed for some time. A notice on the door states that due to poor management, the dealership ceased operations on September 30th. In Chongqing, multiple 4S dealerships have also closed, including at least 3 under the Grand Auto dealership group. Several Cadillac dealerships in the city have also shut down. A Chevrolet 4S dealership in Chongqing's Liangjiang New area closed in late September. A notice posted at the dealership stated, due to operational difficulties, the company has applied to SAIC General Motors for withdrawal from the network. The location is now being remodeled and will reopen as a BYD 4S dealership. Toyota, Honda, Buick, and even BMW's high-end 5S dealerships have been making headlines for closures recently. At this rate, they might as well give up trying to boost sales in China and just exit the country entirely. In Fujian, one of the earliest BMW 4S dealerships has collapsed. The entire group has reportedly shut down. Customers and employees are now left in limbo, with no clear solutions for after-sales service or staff arrangements. In Dongguan, over 40 4S dealerships closed in one day, and banks came at night to tow away display cars. The wave of dealership closures is causing chaos for consumers. Poor communication from these businesses leaves customers confused and unsure how to proceed. Ms. Liu, a BMW owner in Shenzhen, said, "I only found out my 5S dealership has closed from another dealership staff. They didn't send me a message, and I don't even know which dealership is taking over my service. I don't have time to visit the location myself." Ms. Liu still has 13 unused oil changes left, but she has no idea how to redeem them now. A staff member at another closed dealership in Beijing said they're now helping customers register their unused service packages. The employee showed a list with information for hundreds of customers. The dealership claims these services will be transferred to other 4S dealerships. In Chongqing, a notice from a Chevrolet dealership explained that customer services will be transferred to another dealership under the same parent company, Grand Auto. A manager from Chongqing Fengshuang Auto Sales added that many maintenance packages were purchased directly from manufacturers, so customers' rights should be protected. However, even when alternative dealerships are arranged, customers face challenges. For example, a BMW owner in Dongguan found that the nearest replacement dealership is 30 kilometers away. Additionally, her 7 remaining free maintenance sessions were changed to a 50% discount instead. She said, "At that point, I might as well get my car serviced elsewhere." In Jiangsu, Cadillac owners reported that their double protection packages from the original dealership were not being honored at the new one. Some are worried that the new dealership might close too, so they're demanding refunds. An Audi owner noted that their refund request was denied because the remaining services would be provided by the new dealership. The wave of 4S dealership closures in recent years has been staggering. Official data shows that from 2020 to 2023, 8,000 dealerships closed across China. In March, Guangdong Yong'ao, one of China's top 100 auto dealers, declared bankruptcy. In June, Grand Auto, the country's largest dealership group, multiple locations shut down. By the end of June, the owner of Yangcheng's largest dealer had fled. In October, the world's first BMW 5S dealership in Beijing announced it was closing. On October 20th, BMW officially ended its brand authorization in China due to worsening economic conditions and mounting financial pressure. This halted all new car sales and after-sales services. Before closing, Beijing Xingde Bao showed signs of financial trouble, with employees reporting 2 to 3 months of unpaid wages. Many car owners expressed concerns online about unrefunded balances on prepaid services, and some customers have organized collective protests to protect their rights. China's economic downturn has hit both the new and used car markets hard. According to a survey by the China Automobile Dealers Association, over 60% of dealers failed to meet their annual sales targets in 2023. For 2024, dealerships expect even tougher competition, with falling car prices, high inventory pressure, tight finances, and slim profit margins.
In the next year, nearly half of 4S dealerships could shut down. Why? After several rounds of car price wars, many factories have already closed. With fewer cars being produced, do we still need this many dealerships? Many can't make ends meet anymore, with huge overhead costs and large workforces. 4S dealerships have long been criticized for deceptive practices. Customers often share frustrating stories, like trying to get a straightforward car price only to be lured into the dealership for confusing negotiations. Discounts, loans, full payment options, trade-ins, none of it is clear. They make customers feel overwhelmed. Even worse, some dealerships demand additional fees, like 20,000 to 30,000 yuan, when customers come to pick up their cars. What gives them the right to add such charges? This lack of transparency has eroded trust, and it's clear 4S dealerships won't survive much longer. In 3 years, they might not exist at all.
Under the pressure of an economic downturn, it's not surprising that 4S dealerships, which incur enormous daily expenses, are closing down. General Manager Chen Yu at the Chongqing Fengshuang Auto Sales shared that this dealership's total sales have dropped by over 20% compared to the same period last year. Currently, they sell only about 70 cars a month. Combined with price cuts and promotions, overall profits have fallen by 70%. He explained, "To survive, we've tried to cut costs wherever possible, but fixed expenses like rent and utilities are hard to reduce significantly. We've already cut our workforce by 10%, but if the current trend continues, we'll face losses next year." A 4S dealership owner revealed that many dealerships mortgage new cars to banks. When sales are slow and cash flow breaks down, cars can't be registered, leaving owners with unusable vehicles. He warned buyers to ensure they register their cars immediately, whether paying in full or in installments, and not to accept temporary license plates. He added, salespeople will tell you to drive with a temporary plate for 15, 20, or even 30 days and then come back to register. It's a trick. If you buy a car on installment, they'll often hold onto your vehicle's certificate for a long time. These certificates are often used as collateral for bank loans. If the dealership can't keep operating and shuts down, you're left with a car worth 20,000 yuan that's essentially scrap metal if it doesn't have a registration certificate. Industry insiders have pointed out that some 4S dealerships use various deceptive practices. Salespeople often earn a base salary of just 1,500 yuan a month, with a 200 yuan commission per car. Their main income comes from commissions on interest from financing deals, typically around 12%. That's why some dealerships won't sell you a car unless you finance it through them. A manager from a 4S dealership in Guizhou explained, "They push loans on you because they make money from interest. They have tricks to exploit you. For example, if you wanted an 80,000 yuan loan, they might make it 89,000 yuan, so they pocket an extra 9,000 yuan from you. Smaller car brands often offer bigger discounts, but if you buy a car from them, there's a chance the dealership or even the manufacturer could shut down shortly after." At the beginning of this year, BYD, China's leading EV manufacturer, kicked off a price war. According to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, in July, new energy vehicles accounted for 53.5% of the domestic market, surpassing fuel-powered vehicles for the first time. During major shopping festivals like the National Day holiday in October, many dealerships offered significant discounts ranging from 30,000 to 70,000 yuan, along with low or zero down payment options. However, this ongoing price war hasn't brought the expected market gains for foreign car manufacturers operating in China. Instead, it has severely damaged the brand value of many automakers. This year, luxury international brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi have all withdrawn from the price war.